everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm Carrie, and this is Pens and Books. And today we're going to be doing the June TBR. So first thing I do want to say is I apologize for the fact that y'all did not get May's TBR or April's wrap-up. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of medical issues going on this last month, so I put the videos onto my external hard drive, only now my external hard drive isn't wanting to connect with anything. So, excuse me. So I can't get the video to edit it. It's unfortunate, and there's just nothing I can do about it right now. Hopefully at some point I will be able to get at least the April wrap-up up and going. I don't think I'll be, at this point in time, I'm not able to though. But anyway, so I did finish another game board last month. I'll go ahead and pull it up for you guys to see. Alrighty, so this is the pause and bookshelves that I've been working on since January. As you can see, I did finish the Princess Proposition, which was on my Timber, prompt, which is the lowest rated on the TBR. Needless to say, it did not go any higher on a rating after I rated it what I did. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I actually ended up doing two book shopping sprees last month, which I will be doing a video once all the books come in from that, because I did order some of them from Amazon, which is mildly unfortunate because, again, now I'm having a whole bunch of medical issues that the money would have really helped on, but it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but I didn't know it at the time when I got them. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of go over our TBR games. First one is going to be Booktuber Bingo. I am one away from the getting a bingo and getting it off of there. But unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be able to, just because the prompt is going to be mildly challenging for me. Then we have Books of Paradise, which I think I might be able to swing with some of the books I have on my TBR already. We have the Lord of the Reeds, the Game of TBR, which of course are both game boards, and then we have a TBR challenge. It's called a TBR Trail, and it's the quest. I'll explain more of that at the end of the video. So, but first, let's go ahead and get to the Lord of the Reeds. Alright, so here we are with the Lord of the Reeds. So the wheel I have next to it is my TBR wheel. This is, so far, what I have everything off of my Goodreads TBR. I also have one for a book series here that I am currently reading, and this one is actually complete. This one, however, is not. So, let's go ahead and get started. Let's find our companion. It's going to be Sam. Alright, so, let's see. With Sam, allows you to move one extra tile once. That's going to be helpful if we find any of those black marsh. But first, let's go ahead and get our roll. 9. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're moving an extra tile because, whew, that was close. Now let's pull a card. I love it. Yeah, no, there's no way I want to land on that damn black marsh. All right, The Great River Anduin. Read a paperback with a map. I have the perfect paperback. I literally just added it to my library. It's part of my book haul from last month, so I'm going to go grab it real quick and be right back. Hey guys, Editor Carrie here. I didn't realize that I had not put in what the book was at this point, so this may be happening more often than once because I noticed that a couple of times when I was actually recording. So, first things first is the book for the Great River of Anduin. It's going to be the Ruin of Kings. Thing up here says, what if you weren't the hero? So essentially it's the story of the villain of the world. And just to show that, yes, it does have a map here. Here it is. Here is our lovely map. So yeah, here is our lovely map of the world for this book. But yeah, so sorry about that, guys. Alrighty, so there's my mouse. My next move is another 9. We're doing good so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ha 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 ha! Pull a card. Wait. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Just making sure I'm not cheating by accident. Alright, we have Oakenshield, a hardback, the title of which starts with a vowel. So I have the perfect book, and I am actually currently reading it for a different TBR. It is called Aurora's End. I'm so happy I was able to get this. And with this, I'm, like I said, I've already started it, so I'm only 6 pages in now, so I mean, no big surprise on that. But since it is hopefully I will finish this soonish. I'm also, like I said, this is also for another TBR, which I will be going over later in the video. But this is the 3rd book and final book of the Aurora cycle, which I started 5 years ago, give or take. And so I'm really excited to finally finish it. I was super stoked when I found it last month at Half Price Books. So roll number 3. 10. Whew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my lord, really? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Whew, we're not going to have a lot on this. Normally this gives us a lot of books. Alright, so The Prancing Pony. Read a book with an animal on the cover or in the title. Weights. Didn't I have that with... Hold on, guys. Alright, I just had to double check something real quick. So the book I'm choosing for The Prancing Pony is going to be, once again, A Day of Fallen Night. The animal, of course, being a dragon. I was considering looking for an animal that wasn't a mythological creature, but again, I am like halfway through this book. I really want to finish this book. So it's just a matter of, you know, being able to do so at this point. And now for what could be our final roll. I'm actually going to be very surprised if it is, because normally this one gives us at least 6 books. But I might not be doing it this time. So... 2. No! And I've already used Sam's. 1, 2. Is this your first visit to the Death Marshes today? Yes. Yes, it is. Alright, so we're going to go over here. And... Actually... Yeah, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to spin my wheel here. Why are you not letting me spin you? Hold on. Here we go. What is being picked out of the God knows how many books that are on this list? The Sphinx Project by Kate Hawkins. Give me a moment to see if I can even find that. And here we have the lovely booktuber eating the chocolates and about to be very confused by something she didn't know was a thing. And here it is. What? But I already... No, we're not doing that. Because I already used your ability. I didn't know you would do that for me. I didn't know that there was a stipulation. So my mistake. I didn't know there was a stipulation right there. So since I already used it, I'm not going to use it again because that would be cheating. We are not cheaters. Anyway, the Sphinx Projects. Alrighty, so unfortunately, as we can see here, there's no way for me to get this book. It is currently unavailable, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. So let's spin again. A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. Alright, so I've gone ahead, and as you can see, I have borrowed the audiobook for A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. I wasn't able to get a physical copy just because it is damaged, so the library wouldn't hand it out, which is kind of nice. So let's go ahead and get to the next roll. Alrighty. We have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the card is The Great River Anduin. Read a paperback with a map. So let me go see if I have another one. Hey guys, I'm back again. So the book for the second roll of The Great River of Anduin was The Serpent and the Wings of Night. You might be wondering why I'm doing the same card twice. It's simply because just in case I DNF one, I have a chance of getting the card and adding it to the little tally that I have. Because once I collect all the cards in that grouping, you get to do like a little book shopping spree of a limited number of books at the end of the year. So yeah. Alrighty. Now, there's my mouse. For the next roll. 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5. So this is number 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. We made it. Now pick a book as a reward. Alrighty, so the reward book for this month is going to be, and you guys are probably going to tell me to let these books die for the year, and I'm going to say no. That is once again The Eye of the World. I am over halfway done with this, and I'm really enjoying it, and I want to finish it. So it's managing to fit onto the TBR, so therefore it will be added to the TBR. Alrighty, and so for the final game that we're going to be rolling for, I actually forgot I needed to pick up my dice real quick, is going to be, of course, for the game of TBR. I did not complete any of the prompts on this one, so unfortunately I'm going to have to be starting all the way back to where the Raven Boys is. Long journey. Long journey. Alrighty, guys, so let's roll that D10. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a sad... Oh, we have to read a sad book. I don't know enough about the books that I currently have on my TBR to know if any of them have a sadness portion to them. So I'm going to go look to see if I can find a book that has some sadness in it. So the book that I chose for the sadness prompt is the same one that I chose the last time I had this prompt. And that will be It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I know there's a lot of stuff surrounding the author, or at least there was some time ago surrounding the author, but I haven't been keeping track of it. I don't want it to spoil how I may or may not feel about this book. I know a lot of people dislike the book. And I also know that there is a movie coming out based around the book. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not pessimistic, but at the same time I kind of want to keep my options on the straight and narrow. It does have a sequel, I learned recently, so who knows? I will be getting a happily ever after. Maybe something happens between the couple. I don't know. And I won't know until I read it. I once again want to apologize about the barkiness of my dogs. There's someone out there mowing their yard, or they're hearing the chickens. Either way, that's all that is. So I'm apologizing. Alright, so roll number 2. 1. Okay. KOL or challenge. That is what that says, right? KOL or challenge. Now this one is actually a prompt that I had the last time around. And I'd gotten the prompt wrong apparently. So no, I don't want full screen. I want to go back to where you were. Whoa, not that far down. No, that's fine for now. Let's actually just do this. Alright, so we are here. KOL or challenge. So I do have a challenge list that I actually had to pull from on one of my other TBRs. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the book for the challenge is basically I'm challenging myself to reread some good old-fashioned books that I've really enjoyed. And this is one that I actually started reading this back when I was in 5th grade. So I haven't read this series in a very long time, and it was actually gifted to me by the person who created this board game. So I think it's perfect. So what it is, it's called Guilty Pleasures by Laurel K. Hamilton. Again, this is technically a book I've already read, but it's also on the TBR as a part of my challenge list, which was to reread some of my favorites, or at least start rereading some of my favorite series. This is the Anita Blake series. This is the very first book of that series. It's really short, and I absolutely love it. I've loved this series for a long time. There are some books that I'm like, a little sketchy on, but other than that, I do love this series. Alrighty, roll number 3. And it is a 4. 1. Alright, so we're right here. Book about love, romance, or prom relationship, or some sort of relationship. Anyway, it has to be about relationships, which I already have. Alrighty, so the book I chose for that's all about romance is a romance called The Damned. It is the final book that I'm actually still currently reading. I have all the books I'm currently reading on this TBR. Let's see if I can get through them this time. But it is about a romance it is set in New Orleans in, I want to say, I don't remember. I don't remember the year, but it is early-ish times where women in trousers and slacks and pants in general was not really good. Or not bad, but like not, you know what I mean. Alrighty, so let's roll one more time. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. M or M choice. So this for her is technically a choice between, like, she flips a coin and she either has someone else pick a book for her or she gets to pick the book, I believe is what it is. So I'm actually going to go ahead and flip a coin. If I get the coin toss, then great. Then I get to pick the book that I want. Or no, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it based off of my TBR, my highest rated or my lowest rated. So M or M for me is going to be my highest rated or my lowest rated depending on a coin toss. So get a coin flip going. There it is. And it's, so I'm not working with this one. So heads, it's going to be high. Tails, it's going to be low. So we're going to flip again. Come on, high. Yes! So, alrighty, so the book I chose is actually rated a 5-star on Goodreads. Let me actually pull it up here quick. So, only one rating though. So only one person has rated this. And it's called Running by Cara McKay. I'm going to put a picture over here in case this is not a good one. I actually had bought it from Barnes & Noble some time ago. Either that or it was free. I don't remember. Either way, it is a thick book from the looks of it. Kindle Unlimited has it only at 297 pages, but for some reason Barnes & Noble has it at 743. So I'm thinking that there's a little bit of miscommunication there. So I don't recall much about this book. So yeah, kind of looking forward to it because it'll get me another book off of my TBR, and it will get a book that it's a book that I already own. I always forget about my ebooks because I don't gravitate towards those. And I even own an audiobook that I keep forgetting about. Again, I don't gravitate towards them, so that's why. So we're gonna go ahead and do 2 more rolls. I know I'm mildly insane, but let's see what the next one is. It's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a stop sign, so TBR game. I haven't seen anyone with their TBR game for June yet. It is still like the 26th of May, so I'm not going to be getting those soon. Alright, so for the TBR game, instead of looking for one on the YouTube or whatnot, I have other TBR games which I don't normally pull books from, so I'm going to do one of those. And one of the bingo cards was for a Canadian author. Lucky for me, The Handmaid's Tale has a Canadian author. It's been on my TBR for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and request that book from the library and pull that book and then finally read The Handmaid's Tale. I've seen the first season of the show and it's pretty good. I kind of enjoyed it, so I'm really hoping that the book will be elevated beyond that. Alrighty, and for our final roll, another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cover, color, spin. Okay, so I'm going to spin, I'm going to roll the die here, and whatever number correlates with the number on the spinner, I'm going to go ahead and find a cover with that color. So we're gonna roll again. A 6, which is purple. Alrighty, with that particular game being done, those are all of our board games, and I was going to tell you about another TBR that I started doing. It is called the TBR Trial. Trial or Trail? I can't remember, and it's The Quest. So what this is A-Star reads an expedition through pages. They are competing like mother-daughter teams, so you have Expedition and her mother, and then you have A-Star and her mother. They're competing in teams to see, for competing like who can win a a trail or a quest. You have to get so many like different items, and in there it will be different prompts and things like that, and it's a lot of fun. And they've also opened it up to their viewers, which I will post links down below for you to see like the live streams and such. But so we get about 6 books a week, or a month, not a week. Whew. Can you imagine the rating on that one? Oh, no. So we get about 6 books a month to try and get points on, and plus an activity. So the books, or the prompts that we got, were one had to be set either in the future or time travel. Another one had to be a friend pick, or basically someone else just had to pick for you. A nonfiction, a one set in Antarctica, one set in either Fiji, Peru, or another country whose name I am not even going to try and pronounce because I will butcher it horribly, and then one based off of a list of challenges that we already had pre-made. So what you see over here is my TBR for June based on those. As you can see, I have Aurora's End for my time travel. I have a Dave Barry Slept Here, A Sort of History of the U.S. by Friend Pick. I have no idea if this is going to be nonfiction, but based off of what I'm seeing, it's not going to be nonfiction. My nonfiction, I have The Definitive Guide of Egyptian Mythology, which is not as big as you would think it is. It's only like 200 some odd pages. Antarctica, this is the only book that was not already on my TBR. It is called Where Do You Go, Bernadette? It's supposed to be based in Antarctica, so me and a good number of people are actually reading this one. Then you have Book Lovers, which is set in Fiji, according to what I read. And then the challenge one is Guilty Pleasures, which is the same book that I'm reading to go along with the other challenge book that I have. The cover on here is actually the original cover, and I absolutely love it. Alrighty, so if I've done what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put my entire TBR for this month next to me here on the screen for you guys. If at the moment there is a blank space because I do the viewer prompts from A-Star Reads, and that has not been decided yet. Hopefully it will fit in because I already have 16 books on this TBR, which is not the most books I've had on a TBR, but it is still up there. So hopefully it will fit in with that. I won't know until she posts her video, which normally she does after the 1st of the month. So again, hopefully that can get in there. But I don't think I will have it in before I post this video. But either way, so we have Aurora's End, which I am currently reading, The Ruin of Kings, It Ends With Us, Dave Barry Slept Here, Guilty Pleasures, A Definitive Guide to Egyptian Mythology, A Day of Fallen Night, The Damned, Where Do You Go, Bernadette, A Princess in Theory, Running, Book Lovers, The Serpent and the Wings of Night, The Handmaid's Tale, The Eye of the World, and Wicked Ones. Those are currently the books that we have on the TBR this month. Oh, good grief, that's 16 books in 1 month. Luckily, I am already reading one, and another one is an audiobook, so that one will be fairly easy to go through because I will probably listen to it. In fact, I'm actually going to start listening to it today so I can go ahead and get some work done around my house because I've been gone for a week and a half, been gone for a week and a half. There's lots to do. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I have lots of things to clean and edit, all that jazz, so I can get this out for you at the 1st of the month. Again, apologies for the TBR and the wrap-up not being completed at the end of last month, beginning of this month, or end of April, beginning of May. Again, there's just a lot of things going on. I have a lot of medical stuff going on. So unfortunately, it's been a spell for me to be able to do stuff, and it's been getting mildly difficult. again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Happy reading.